Welcome, everybody, to another Super Saturday, and we're really excited because we have some of our international leaders on the line with us here today. Ed and Sandy and I spent a week with some of our amazing South African leaders in Mauritius, and I'm hearing some feedback, so make sure those of us on Skype or on a mute out our microphones when we're not speaking so we don't get that feedback. But we got to spend this time really getting to know some absolutely amazing leaders because, you know, sometimes here in the United States we get a little comfortable and we forget how hard it really is in certain parts of this world, whether it's transportation issues or technology issues or whatever it is, or just being able to get in front of people and get out there. There are easy places in the world to build business. So as we've gotten to know some of these leaders, and I'm still getting feedback, I'm sorry, I don't know who it is, but anybody on Skype, just click on your microphone to mute your microphone to make sure we get a good recording. I'm getting a lot of noise. Anyway, as we got to know some of these leaders, we're so impressed because we've got people who have hit Premier in just a couple of months. And we've got new leaders hitting 200K in less than a year. Now, obviously, that's not normal. We have an average time. An average time to hit 200K is 2 years. Some people takes a little bit longer. Some people takes a little bit less, which is why the average time is the average time. Average time to Premier is a year. And we have people that we've met, they're hitting it in just a couple of months. And what was so impressive is they're doing it sometimes with product that is coming over on a boat, and they're moving so fast that they go through product sometimes before the next shipment arrives. And they're meeting people in places that some of us here in the United States have it easy. We meet in coffee shops, or we meet in our homes, easy transportation. We have cars to get there, and they're air-conditioned. And some of these folks, they get on buses, they take transportation to get places, they meet in garages, they meet wherever because they have a dream, and they're not afraid to work for it. And as I've gotten to know them, I'm just going to take you through some photos first as I kind of lead up to introducing you to some of these leaders. And these are some photos that came from Sandy, Ashley, myself. I stole some off Facebook from Redis, but just some photos of the trip. So as we get there to the Cannoneer, Beachcomber, Golf Resort and Spa, of course, there's always gifts whenever you go on a Xango Paradise trip. They always give you wonderful gifts, and it's always a first-class luxury experience. And we got to meet some of our South African leaders. We got to go out and take a boat ride, and we had lots and lots of opportunities to have lots of meals together. And we had special recognition as Naseema was honored and given her 200K pin there in Mauritius, as some of her leaders were given their Premier pins, as other leaders were given their pins. There was so much recognition, and we got to hear their stories firsthand. And I'll tell you, Sandy will tell you her personal experience herself at the end of this call, but there was a lot of emotion. And there was a lot of, even Aaron Garrity said to me, what a huge wow this was for him to just rebuild belief systems. I mean, we all have belief systems, but sometimes when we hear stories of other people, the current people that are making it today and what they had to do and what they had to overcome to get there, it really reassures your own belief system in a really, really big way. So we got to experience a lot of the cultural aspects of the islands, and we went on a day tour of the island and went to waterfalls and sands and temples. And again, the meals that we had together, just the experiences we had together were just fantastic. So I want you to be thinking, as I'm just taking you through some of these photos, that this is just part of the life that Xango has to offer. If you choose to use and share the Xango products and the opportunity with others. And you know, I really love this photo here too, because here we are, a very diverse group. None of us Hindu, but we're in a Hindu temple, and we just got blessed by a Hindu priest. And you know what? If this doesn't say worldwide, global, coming together, we all love Xango. We're all different religions, we're different nationalities, we're different backgrounds, but we are united in our effort to help people experience the freedom and the truly abundant life that we can all experience if we embrace the Xango opportunity and share it with other people. Of course, just so much fun that we had as we went out on this trip. So I want to introduce you to Rob Glen, one of the leaders who just promoted to 100K and got his 100K pin at that experience. And Rob has sent us a WhatsApp message that I would like to play for you.
Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon, depending where you're tuning in from around the world. Thanks for spending this time with us. And Connie, thank you for having me on this webinar. Guys, I'm just grateful for being in such a great company, around such great people, and to have such great business partners, friends and family within my team that will work so well together and for the same goal. That's everybody's goal in this industry. We're there to provide a good product to people for their health, which works. It's proven to work, scientifically proven, and we get great results. And by sharing that and having the same cause, and there's emotion attached to it for me, because I like, and I'm sure a lot of us do, helping people, obviously. And with this product, we get to do that directly. We see people's lives change. We see their families' lives change financially for their health. And that for me is a big deal. And to have such an opportunity in your hands, it's unreal. And it's breathtaking when you hear some of the testimonies that we hear around the country that's going on. There's amazing stuff happening, especially in Africa. I tell people all the time, it's like it feels like the research of Xango. It's just the beginning for Africa, in my opinion. And I've got some great leaders within my team. Yvonne, 200K, wow, she's just blown the roof off things. And I'm so proud of what she's done. She's come from way, way back. So anything can happen in this industry, and especially with what we do. Just believe in yourself, believe in what you're doing, believe in your journey, and just keep going. You've got to be persistent. You've got to be consistent as well. And that's what will bring the success. And at the end of the day, we're in business, so we've got to survive. We've got to do what we've got to do, and you've got to treat it like a business. Because if you don't, well, that's where the problem lies. You think, oh, you're going to just find 1, 2, 3 people and that's it, you made. No, that's where you're wrong. So truth is, it's hard work, but it's fun. We have a lot of fun. I would never, ever do anything else in my life. If I knew about this 15 years ago, I would have done this. And from my experience, this is the first time in Xango that I've been involved in a network marketing company. It started in 2012, late September. I've been, 4 years, 9 months or so I've been in the business. I've achieved 100K, which is for me a phenomenal achievement, because I've set my goals on that for a long time. It's taken a lot of hard work, and you've got to learn and teach yourself skills, read a lot of books. That's what I do, because people say, oh, we need mentors, we need uplines. The truth is, yes, we need support, and we've got that around us with these great leaders like Connie, Sandy, we met them in Mauritius, and all the rest, Patricia. There's loads of people out there to help us and support us. But at the end of the day, you've got to grow, you've got to develop, you've got to learn skills. And by doing that, you read the books that people have done it, not people that haven't done it are going to tell you different. So that's what I do, and I encourage that to everybody. If you're in the business for the first time, I congratulate you for taking a bold step, and go for it. Trust me, go for it. Dream big. The dream is real. You can achieve whatever you want, and that's a guarantee. I've seen it happen, and we're going to hear from some other great, phenomenal, up-and-coming leaders tonight that will testify to that. So that's my journey. I mean, it's only beginning for me. This is where it's all starting to come together. I've only been in the industry a short time, in my opinion. It's only been, just under 5 years, and now it's where it's starting to all make sense, take shape, and I'm seeing things evolve around us. So I'm excited. I'm excited about the future, and I hope everybody listening is going to be in Vegas for the Xango International Convention. I'm excited about that. So, guys, I thank you for your time. And there's going to be times when you want to quit. So make sure you don't quit on a bad day. think about what you're doing, focus on your skills, go out there and do. The only way you're going to learn is by doing. So have a blessed time all, and I'll see you soon. I'll see you in Vegas. Thanks a lot for having me tonight, guys. Take care.
Now, thanks, Rob, so much for joining us. And folks, the words that he said, there's going to be times when you feel like quitting. Whatever you do, don't quit on a bad day. Boy, that hit me kind of profound, because isn't that what most people do? They quit on a bad day. Folks, if you just keep going, you get better. Here Rob is, just made 100K premier, been in the business 4.5 years. The average time to 100K premier is 18 months. So I just want you to know, you don't have to be the fastest. You just have to be determined to get to the finish line. And I have absolutely no doubt Rob's going to get to whatever finish line he set in store for himself. Now I'll show you some of the pictures that he sent to me to share. And of course, it's all about Xango for him, and this is why he's achieving the success that he has. He was there with his girl and his kids and his team, and it was pretty phenomenal. Now, here Rob is, 4.5 years to get to 100K premier, yet one of the members of his team, Connie just hit 100K premier. She was honored as a premier in Mauritius in the very next month. She hits 100K premier. Again, just a few months in the business, no experience, but she has a phenomenal story. And this is the story that is the reason why she's accomplishing the success that she's accomplishing right now. So let me introduce you to Connie.
Hi, everybody. This is Connie Rampape from Botswana. How are you guys? We are just wonderful and happy this side of the world. Thanks to Xango, the miracle juice that has completely liberated us, both financially and health-wise. Wow, 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 wow. Where do I start? Okay, I came to know mangosteen juice through my auntie Yvonne Dennison-Moruakgomo. Oh, thank you so much, Auntie Yvonne, for introducing this beautiful juice to me. When she came with the juice, it was last year, 2016, around August. And mind you, I had recently completed 8 cycles of chemotherapy as I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, a form of a cancer that results in enlarged lymph nodes. I was so skeptical, and so was my husband Raymond. The chemotherapy I had just completed had completely destroyed my body, and I was generally weak, and I could not do my job as a marketing manager of our small advertising company. Upon Yvonne realizing that I have been battling with cancer, she insisted we immediately register with Xango. I want to tell you all, that is one of the best decisions I ever made, because after completing my first bottle, there was sudden improvement in my general health. My energy levels increased. I got my hair back very quickly. Mind you, I had lost my hair during the chemo treatment. Why quickly is because some of my colleagues from the chemotherapy are still struggling to get their hair back, even today. But thanks to Xango, my hair is back and it's much stronger and healthier. Chemotherapy sometimes stops period cycles, and there is a possibility of them not returning even after chemo. But on completion of my first bottle, the periods were back. Viva, viva, Xango, viva. After we realized what a special product Xango was, we decided to invest into this beautiful company. That is when my husband registered, and we also registered all our children. The business has been rewarding and indeed fulfilling. It brings so much pleasure to our lives when we see the impact of Xango on people's lives. Even as I talk to you today, testimonies of my downlines are ringing in my head. From Nonofo who has been struggling with kidneys and what Xango has done for him. Mahule, whose husband has been tormented by diabetes, and what Youth has done. And of course, many, many more who had given up and got used to living in pain. Indeed, Xango is God's side. Viva Xango, viva. Thank you so much, everybody. This is a story I enjoy telling, and this is a story I will continue telling. And to the leadership at Xango, thank you so much for bringing this juice to the dying world. May God bless you. Thank you. Bye.
All right, awesome message from Connie. And I want you to know that we go back to the very beginning of Xango Juice. Xango Juice has changed the world. It has changed people's lives. Now, we can't make health claims, but this was Connie's personal experience. And the next experience that I want to share with you is another member of Rob's team. Again, remember, 4.5 years for Rob to get to 100K yet. He has one member of his team, Connie, who hit 100K premier in just a few months, and Yvonne, who, again, less than a year, this is 10 months in the business, we met her as a 100K. She's now at 200K, and she has a goal to be a 500K premier by convention. Never done network marketing before, but she also has a powerful story, and it's the reason why, for their success, if they believe, if you believe, you find a product, you believe it changed your life, you believe it's going to bless the lives of others, you share it with them with passion, with purpose, there's nothing that can stop you from achieving your goals. So let's hear from Yvonne.
Hello, Xango Nation. My name is Yvonne Dennison-Moruakgomo from Botswana in Southern Africa. I'm a Xango distributor, or rather a Xango business partner. I'm a civil engineer. I'm a life coach, a farmer, a businesswoman, a mother, a wife, and a daughter. My Xango story began as a real dream. Way back in July 2015, I had a strange dream that there was fruit that looked like a peach, the size of a peach rather, but the color was purple, reddish purple, like grape, that was growing at the back of my truck. Well, I had just delivered stuff at our health and leisure center, and asked one of my instructors, gym instructors, to help me remove stuff when he suddenly called me that there was some strange fruit that was growing at the back of the truck. But when I got outside, people were already gathering the fruit, opening it up, eating it, and even selling it on the street. But there was a particular man that caught my attention because he was on a wheelchair. But the minute he opened up the fruit, ate it, he stood up. I woke up. And naturally, as a Christian woman, I prayed about it, asking God to reveal to me what this fruit was. Well, I went into the internet after telling my husband about the dream, but I failed because I didn't know what the fruit was. But within a week, I was just chatting to my cousin who lives in Canada, telling her about the frustrations I was having with my mother not getting better from her hypertension, and my son who was born with asthma, that, it's getting worse because he's already on the spray. So she told me to look up this mangosteen by Xango, which she's been using herself, and, there are stories, testimonies about it. So I had nothing to lose. I went into the internet, I researched about mangosteen, and I found out that it's a natural fruit. Obviously, it's indigenous, it's in Asia, and it's got polyphenol compounds known as xanthones. I've never heard of xanthones before, but I was interested to understand what these xanthones were. But as I continued, researching, I saw a lot of testimonies about this. So I said, why not? I searched for anybody in Southern Africa, and I got hold of Rob that I found on the internet. He introduced me to the business. I ordered my first 2 boxes, which one was for my mother, the other one was for my son. A month later, my mom was completely off her medication, and my son had actually left the spray. And at the same time, my business was growing because I was getting the mentoring that I got, from Rob. And we started having meetings, and people were coming. They were interested in hearing about this newfound supplement. But the only challenge that I had was that there were, Xango is not open yet in Botswana. So I had to use my car to travel to South Africa every other week to fetch stock for people. That continued for some time because I was the only one who knew where to get the stuff from. But anyway, as we continued growing, it was getting too much for me. We organized, a courier that would carry our boxes of juice into the country. And from carrying about 30 boxes of juice at the back of my car to receiving over 1,000 boxes in a month, I would say it's quite an achievement. But going back a little, in August 2015, I was privileged enough to go to Cancun, where there was a Xango Paradise. It was there where I met Mr. Aaron Garrett, the CEO and co-founder. I met other co-founders like Mr. Kent Wood. I met the 500K premiers, Dr. De Guzman and the wife, and many other people, who really motivated me to carry on with this business. I got back home. I was so fired up. By November 2015, I was at 20K. And from November 2015, the whole of 2016, we were carrying on with meetings. We would do meetings everywhere. At the same time, having so many testimonies from cancer of the breast to prostate cancer to arthritis to HIV to diabetes. And that really encouraged me because at the same time, it looked like I was doing something right because I was producing so many 1Ks and 5Ks from my downlines. And by November 2016, I was premier. And this really became a turning point, especially when I got personalized messages from the co-founders, Joe, Beverly, and Aaron. I was just over the moon. I was so excited. And, this really gave me, the drive, knowing that even the owners of the company recognize me. They know who I am. They know who our people in Botswana are. And, I really never looked back. I saw that there was a company that one would really want to be involved in. So that is why I'm still with Xango, and I don't see myself going anywhere. Although I still do freelance as a civil engineer, I still do my life coaching. But, Xango has blended everything together because now with the people that I meet in my other careers, I do tell them about Xango, and those that I meet in Xango, they know that I'm a life coach and I'm a civil engineer. So, Xango has really, turned my life around. My health has improved as well because I was also, suffering from shortness of breath, which is some form of asthma. My mother is still 100% of her medication. She's doing really well. And even people that I hear their stories even a year later, they are completely off their medication. But besides that, the compensation plan is really lucrative because my lifestyle has suddenly changed. I can afford things that I couldn't. I can go on holiday. I can buy that lovely dress. I can do anything that I would want to do. So Xango has really given me a freedom and a new lease of life. So thank you to everyone that has been involved in growing me to become the person that I am. Thank you to Connie. We recently met in Mauritius. Thank you to Ed and Sandy. I love you guys. And continue, giving us that drive and flooding off that from you to us, from yourselves to us. So all I can say is that, Xango is the company that I wouldn't want to be involved with any other company except for Xango. And what started as a dream, I'm now living it. And I just want to say thank you and God bless you all.
What an awesome message for Yvonne, and what a great example. And Yvonne also shared some photos that I want to share with you. She has a ranch. She has a charity. She has a very balanced life with what she does in her life, but when she came across Xango, she knew that this was a product and a business that she wanted to share with other people. And as a result of that, her life has been so much more enriched. She's living such a much better quality of life, and she's able to do that with others and people that she cares about. I had a picture that I guess I didn't get into the slideshow. This is just the ones that she's mailing out. There was another picture with a gigantic stack. They would bring in just the cases and cases used that they'd ship in, and then she would get them over to this other country. Folks, there's people all over the world that need this product. Many of our countries have been opened as a result of somebody who sees the need and is willing to go do what it takes to do before we can get that country open. But I'm pretty impressed with the amount of product that they're moving there. And, of course, the business meetings there, the trainings, the relationships, the same way that we build the business all over the world here today. There's pictures of her when she was in Cancun as a 5K, and of course here now she is a 200K today. So grateful for her and for her being able to share her messages. Now, the last two speakers that we have, Naseema, who was the original South Africa leader, she's the one that put South Africa on the map, and her team is amazing, and we've got to know them. We've got one live with us here today that we got to meet, Zama, and her story is absolutely amazing. There are a lot of photos that I want to show you. But first of all, Naseema, I would really like for you to introduce Zama personally, and then Zama, I'd love for you to share your story.
Thank you so much, Carly Butler. Thank you. Hi, everyone. I've met Zama about 3 months ago, and she's only seen one presentation, a one-on-one presentation. And I have not met someone so amazing. She went out, she saw the presentation, she signed herself up in Xango, and she started presenting this. And very quickly, within her second month, she became 20K. In her third month, she became 40K, and then Premier. And Zama is not new to network marketing, but she's got an amazing work ethic. And this woman is, they say dynamite comes in small package. She is dynamite. She is almost 100K. She was like short of a few cases. But, I just want to introduce you to the most amazing woman. Her husband stands by her side. The way she carries herself, her motivation, the way she's building her team in South Africa. It's just, I'm just amazing. I thought I was moving fast, but she's shown me that what fast is. So I'd like to introduce you to our newest Premier, Zama.
And Zama, if you're muted, you need to unmute because we can't hear you yet.
Hi, everyone.
And there you are. Welcome, Zama.
Oh, I'm in a world stage now. Oh.
You are live. All
I'm live.
Worldwide nation. Tell us your story.
Wow. I'm so honored to be here. I'm overwhelmed by excitement because really, I didn't know that one day I will be the part of a great company like Xango that can recognize you and share a world stage with you in such a short space of time of joining the company. I'm just out of words because I'm from the very poor background, but at a very young age, I knew that I wanted to break the cycle of poverty in my family. As that was in my mind, even before I went to school, I started my own business of selling sweets. So even if I went to school, when they were asking us, what is it that you want to do when you grow up? I would just pick up anything that will impress my teacher because I was ashamed because no one was saying they want to be a business person. So I didn't want to say something that has never been said in my class. Until I finished school, I knew that I don't want to work for anyone. Because in my veins, I knew that I need to do something for myself in order to break this cycle of poverty in my family. So when I finished school, I did my fashion designing diploma. Then I started my own business. But that business of mine was so frustrating because I could see that it was not taking me to fulfill my dreams that I had in my mind. It was not something I could see is going to take me to my dream of breaking that cycle of poverty in my family. So then after that, I was introduced to network marketing. What I saw in network marketing in those different companies that I was involved with, I could see that it has a potential to help you to fulfill your dreams. But it was just a matter of time before you can get something that can really become a good vehicle to take you to your dreams. So then I was involved with another company for 10 years, which was also a product company. I was frustrated in that company because I was not really given recognition of what I was accomplishing. And it was sad because you work day in, you work day out trying to accomplish your dreams, but you can see you are far from reaching your dreams. Then a miracle happened last year on the 5th of October when I was in a group, WhatsApp group where we were doing online stock sales trying to get cash. Then a lady invited me to show me some business she just started. Then she showed me Xango on my WhatsApp. When I looked at that presentation she sent me, she was not even able to explain to me what is it, this Xango, what is this Xango is. But she just showed me everything that was written on WhatsApp. When I went through that, within 5 minutes, I signed myself because I could sense this is what I was looking for all my life. I didn't know what was it that I was seeing in that presentation, but immediately I just fell in love with it. Then I signed myself. Then she invited me to a one-on-one presentation with her sponsor. Then I went to meet her sponsor, Udesh, that took me through a presentation that was supposed to be 30 minutes one-on-one. But it ended up to be about 2 hours because I wanted to learn everything that I could learn that day. Then I wanted to leave that place and go and do this business full time. Then when I got up, I was with my husband and with my sister so that they can assist me to listen, so that they can remind me when I get home what is it that they said we must do. Then that particular weekend, I set up a meeting in my house. I invited my friends, my neighbors to come and listen to what I've just discovered, the company that is called Xango. I remember that Saturday morning I was calling Udesh, asking him, please remind me where does the Xango come from? How many founders are there at Xango? And try to get some information so that I put right information for the first time in my audience. When I did that presentation, I really can't tell you what I said to those people. But those people believed in what I was sharing with them. They started to sign up. At the end of October, I became a 5K. Then it gave me a belief that this Xango really is something. Then when I looked back at the end of October, I looked at the compensation plan, I looked at the product, I looked at what it has achieved, it has happened, what it has done in those 25 days. I remembered now that this product came into our life. My husband was very sick with sinuses. Our pillows was full of blood on daily basis. But within 3 days of using Xango, that blood, we never saw it. And my daughter was also sick. She was like in a dying bed for the past 2 years. She was very sick. And after 3 days of taking Xango, she was totally out of that space of being dying. I said to myself, let me run with this business. The product is good. The compensation plan is good. I was told that as I'm a 5K now, then I attended a presentation where I met Naseema. Everyone was so excited. Everyone was so driven by this Xango. Naseema took me under her arm. She taught me everything I know about Xango today. Then I became a 20K. I became a 40K. I became a premier. I went to Mauritius. It was my dream to go outside the country. I went to Mauritius. I met great leaders of Xango. I met, first of all, January, I met Joe. Then in Mauritius, I met Aaron. I met Sally. I met Sandy. I met Coley. Oh, it was just a wow, a wow. Right now, my only mission is to build other people, is to help people to become entrepreneurs through Xango. I help my team day in, day out. I've got a factory of 1K. I've got more than about 20Ks in my team. I'm preaching the word that they must become premiums. We have to fight for 100Ks, 200Ks, 500Ks. And I can see the way we are mentored by our company, by our great leaders, we are going to accomplish that. Thank you very much. I'm just out of words. I don't know what else to say, but I want to say thank you very much, Xango, to come to our Nkosi family. Thank you very much, Xango, to give us this opportunity to share our story on a world stage. Thank you very much.
Wow, Zama, thank you so much. And wow, what more could you say? That's just so powerful. Folks, here just in South Africa, we've got people from all walks of life. We have people from never done networking to having done networking, looking for a home and finding a home. They're having great results because this Xango juice is a reason why we did $1 billion in our first 5 years. This product changes lives, and when you share it with others, you bless their lives. And if they choose to share it with others, you can bless them more than just health, but with wealth as well. And what another great example. It was awesome. Zama, her husband and her daughter are 2 of her 20Ks on her team that we got to spend time with, that we're also in Mauritius, and I just really look forward to more opportunities to spend more time on the beaches of the world together. So now I'm going to turn it over to Naseema. Now, Naseema, she's the one who started it all in South Africa. I met her the first time, Ed and Sandy and I and other leaders on the Zalo 1 cruise. How many years ago was that? And that was the first time that we got to meet. And wow, what a powerful woman. And as we sat down and she talked to us about how she does the business and how she does the presentation, on our Xango University YouTube channel, we actually have her napkin presentation of how she simply just runs through the numbers and it just makes sense. And she's such an incredible businesswoman. And I want to hear her story. But before we do that, Naseema, if you're live, you sent me quite a few photos of your Xango journey over the years, and I'd really like to just go through them and have you tell everybody a little bit about some of the photos that we're seeing.
Actually, I can't see them because I failed to log into my meeting.
Oh.
But yes,
that's okay. You tell us your story, and I'm going to go through these photos while you're talking because it's just photos of your journey, and they're pretty self-explanatory, and they're pretty powerful.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Naseema Yusuf from the East Coast of South Africa. I just hit 200K at the end of February. Before Xango, I was an educator, and my specials where I educated people on English and art from matric level. I lectured in industrial psychology, and I get bored very quickly. So I was quite bored after lecturing for 4 years, and I decided to go into the corporate market where I started marketing businesses. So I was a business broker. I joined Xango in 2011, November, solely for the anti-inflammatory properties of the mangosteen juice. I was very sick. The doctor diagnosed me with rheumatoid arthritis. I've never heard of that before. And the doctor put me on all these cancer medication like methotrexate, prednisone, coxslam. I would get up in the morning and my right knee would be locked. I wouldn't be able to walk. And having taken the medication for about 8 months, my liver and my kidney wouldn't cope with the toxic effect of the medication. So a member of my family who sits on the board of the South African Medical Council, he told me about this juice, and he said, why don't you get some? So I started looking all over for this juice. And I found Michelle Stradham in Cape Town. She sent me her link, and I signed up. I didn't know about any business. All I knew was I needed this juice. And I promise you, taking the juice for about 2 weeks, I knew it was doing something to me. I felt different. I felt alive again. I felt like myself again. And I was so excited about the way I was feeling. You know, it's like I had a bounce in my step. And I started sharing this juice in January 2012 to all my very close family and friends. And in that month, I became a 5K distributor. I was still working. I was a business broker, so I didn't really understand the Xango business. I was 5K for like 6 months in that year. And 6 months into the year, I somehow was looking at the compensation plan. And I loved what I saw, so I basically broke it apart. And when I saw that, and I saw that Xango had a promotion that they would give you a mini iPad if you reach the next rank. So I actually ranked the band because I wanted that mini iPad. And I hit 20K. I resigned from my full-time job, hit 20K, and I decided to build a Xango business. 3 months after 20K, I hit Premier, and 3 months after that, I hit 100K. And when I hit the 100K rank, I realized that I have never done something like this before. I didn't know how to build a Xango business, and I realized that I was doing it all wrong. I was trying to make as much money as I could, as opposed to helping other people grow. I've never done something like this. So instead of building people, I was making as much money as I could. So with no knowledge of network marketing, I kept on devising new strategies to grow. And I possibly did 5 to 8 presentations a day, 7 days a week for my team members. And you'll be amazed, I sat for almost 4 years in a hotel coffee shop. And I would sit from 9 in the morning till about 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon presenting this opportunity with nothing but one of those fruit models, a piece of paper and a pen. And that is how I was building the business. And I kept on changing the plan. It took me some time to realize what I know now, that I needed to take people, to teach them, to train them, and to mentor them, and to step back and allow them to grow. I was doing everything for my team, so they were not growing. I am new to this industry, and I know that I'm still a work in progress, but thus far, straggling along, I reached my next rank, 200K. What I do know now is that I do have some very, very strong leaders in my business. And these people are building a solid business. They're going to build a monster organization. I also now understand the power of residual income. I never knew. When I realized I'm going to earn 35 Rand on every case, I didn't want to do Xango. I didn't see the power of the numbers. But now I know how powerful those numbers are, and know exactly what to do. And let me tell you this, the residual income is absolutely powerful. And I can see how the Xango business opportunity are going to change many, many, many people's lives in South Africa and around the world. I have to admit, I love traveling. I was a single mom with 2 little boys for many years. And I always dreamed of traveling. I've got family members that are very wealthy, and they would take 2 trips a year, and that was my dream. But as a single mom with 2 little boys, I realized that dream, no matter how much I earn, that's the last thing that's going to be on my agenda. But when I found Xango, it opened up the world to me. In this 4.5 to 5 years, I've traveled to over 15 cities all over the world. Xango has given me an opportunity to see New York, to see Paris, to see Las Vegas, to go to Canada, to go to London, Los Angeles, Monaco, Dubai, Nice, all the Caribbean islands. I've traveled so much in this past 5 years that is just unbelievable. So, in accepting the Xango business, Xango has given me an opportunity to take control of my health. It's given me financial freedom and wealth. It's given me a business opportunity like no other. And what I love about it is we are actually helping other people to grow, to a lifestyle change. And it's given me the opportunity to travel. I know now that I have joined the right company, with the right founders, with the perfect product, the excellent leadership and business partners, the right compensation plan, and the right team. And the future is looking very, very, very bright for anyone that's looking for a lifestyle change. I'm just very excited for the future of Xango in South Africa and worldwide, because I can tell you that anybody that joins this business, if they stick to it, they are consistent, and as Zama says, if they fall in love with this opportunity in the product, they're going to travel the world with us. So I am very, very excited.
Naseema, thank you so much, and I just want you to know that you and your husband are like the exact same couple as Ed and Sandy Cohen. I know they know it, they see it. You work together the same way, just on the complete opposite side of the globe. And your leadership has been amazing, and South Africa wouldn't even be what South Africa is today, except for you started it. You started the wave, and then you created the momentum, and now we have so many wonderful leaders in South Africa. It's become our #1 growing country right now in the entire world. Wow. And we look so forward to seeing you and all the South African leaders at our international convention in November.
I'm so excited. This opportunity is going to change a lot of people's lives, and I'm very excited.
Absolutely. And so now to close us up for the day, I'd like to turn the remaining time over to Sandy Cohen.
Oh, thank you, Collie. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you great.
Okay, good. Just got a new headset. Well, first of all, to all our new friends in South Africa and around the world, we so appreciate you. Now, I'm going to try not to be emotional, but I want everybody listening. I want everybody listening to understand what Rob and Naseema have put in place has created extraordinary results. Look at Connie, look at Yvonne, who have accomplished such great things faster than their upline. Do you understand that? I mean, this compensation plan will allow you to surpass anyone in the company if you do the work that's required. Now, when we were in Mauritius, and most people don't even know where Mauritius is, but it was on our bucket list. It was on our dream board to go to Mauritius, way before we met these wonderful people from South Africa. And while we were there at the recognition meeting, I shared a story. And I'm composing myself, so when I told this story, Naseema came to the rescue with a beautiful silk handkerchief, which I will return, Naseema. It's washed and ready to go with one of our books. But anyway, early in Xango, we were walking through the Venetian Hotel here in Las Vegas, and there were hundreds of people walking around wearing badges, name badges. And I noticed that they were with a network marketing company. And as we were walking down those enormous hallways, I saw signs from countries all over the world. Australia and Korea and South Africa and the UK. And I said to Ed, oh my goodness, this is a huge international convention for a network marketing company. And like some of you, I had been in other companies with wounds that are still bleeding from some horrible experiences. And when I came into Xango, I said to Eddie, my dream is that we're able to build an international business, a global business all over the world that we can visit with friends and business partners all over the world. And I went into their big room, and Eddie said, you can't go in there. I said, really? You're going to stop me? No way. And I walked into that huge room, and people were standing on chairs, waving flags from all over the world. And I walked out crying. And Ed said, what's wrong? What's wrong? And I said, Eddie, someday, now we were probably in Xango maybe 6 months at the time. We had just hit Premier, maybe 3 months into it, whatever. And I said to Eddie, someday, that's going to be us. And most of the people in that room will be on our team. So what I'm trying to share with you is that, and I think Rob said it, Connie said it, Yvonne said it, Naseema, everybody says it. And it's what, I think it's Gordon Morton, or maybe it was Joe Morton, that coined the phrase, it's safe to dream again. So ask yourself, what do you want? And what are you doing? Did you see the work ethic of these people who are just tearing it up in South Africa? In fact, just before this call, I did a quick little research with my best friend, Mrs. Google. Obviously, it has to be a lady because she's so smart. And I was curious as to the income of a physician, a doctor in South Africa. And it said the average income of a doctor in South Africa is $64,200 a year. And how many years do you have to go to school to be a doctor before you can even start to earn money? So what these people are doing, not just in South Africa, but around the world, are beyond what most people can even comprehend, without enormous financial expense and years of education. So if your dream is like their dream and our dream to have a team of friends around the world, then you need to know and ask yourself, what are you doing and what are you willing to do to get similar results? So the technology today, oh my goodness, thank you all, Zama, Connie, Naseema, Yvonne, Rob, for taking the challenge to say, okay, we've never done an international call yet with technology. Thank you, Kali, for making it happen. At midnight last night, I was stressed beyond trying to say, how in the world are we going to make this happen? But we did. And thank you all for participating. And make sure you share this with everyone, because we have a new upcoming country. We just got back from South Korea, from Seoul, Korea. And let's see if we can create a little bit of competition here with another emerging country, with new emerging leaders there as well, and take this around the world and make sure some of this activity that's going on is part of your team. So let's all go to work. Thank you again, Kali, and all our guests for making magic happen. And a happy holiday weekend to everyone.
Thank you, everyone. And yes, have a blessed and happy holiday weekend with family. And make sure you also share a little bit of the Xango goodness and the opportunity with those that you love and care about. Thank you again also to all of our speakers, Zama, Naseema, Rob, Connie, Yvonne. And thank you all, the South African leaders that weren't able to share with us live here today. We've got some powerful stories and some powerful people, and I hope everyone's going to be at our international convention to meet them all personally. Thank you all. Have a great weekend. Bye now.
Bye, everybody.